Millions of years ago, the high emissions of greenhouse gases, such as carbon dioxide and methane, which traps infrared in our atmosphere, leading to global warming, wiped out nearly 95% of all life on Earth. And, however, humans are currently leading the same path. But the future is still in our hands as my teammates and I are introducing the revolutionary solution to this problem called liquid trees. This is spirulina, a special type of algae which can take up and produce 10 times as much as oxygen as regular trees, requiring just a motor, a churner, and an acrylic tube.
Water project actually caused in urban areas, rising air pollution and lack of green spaces is a major concern. Due to limited water resources and space, it is difficult to grow more and more trees. Therefore, our project provides a smart alternative by using microalgae which absorbs carbon dioxide 10 times faster than normal trees, provides oxygen continuously, and requires minimal space and water. Areas, extreme conditions and empty water resources make it difficult for the vegetation to live. Therefore, our project provides flow interface which allows algae to thrive in harsh conditions and requires minimal water and conserves water. Therefore, our project uses the gap between technology and nature, providing facilities to the people both in urban and rural areas to breathe cleaner and live better.
There is a growing crisis and traditional trees can't keep up. We need to find our heroes, algae and microbacteria. We have taken three microbes, spirulina in alkaline Xerox medium and chlorella and Cinedesmus in BG11, which is blue-green 11 medium. We conducted two experiments with these to determine which was our best option for this project, the liquid. The first experiment we conducted was to determine how much oxygen bubbles are being produced by each microbe. We left these microbes in the same conditions, same lighting, and at favorable conditions of 26 degrees Celsius. Each microbe was left in a separate test tube, untouched for 5 minutes. It was undisturbed. Then we simply observed how much oxygen bubbles are being produced by each, calculated the average, and put it into a formula to determine what was the result. The result was shocking. We discovered that Cinedesmus blew away the competition with 45 bubbles per minute. Then second was chlorella. Chlorella gave us 32 oxygen bubbles per minute. And lastly, spirulina kind of disappointed us with 24 bubbles per minute. It required more warmth and sunlight than we provide. Now that we've uncovered how much oxygen bubbles is being produced by each microbe, we need to uncover why this is happening. So we did a second experiment to determine which gave the most chlorophyll. First, using Arnold's technique, we chopped up each microbacteria fine. Then we added 20 to 40 milliliters of pure 80% acetone to each. Then each mixture was centrifuged at 5,000 to 10,000 RPM for 5 minutes. This was done to remove the solid mass from the liquid. This process was then repeated until the solid mass became clear and all the green parts were in the liquid. The supernatant was then collected and it was using a spectrophotometer. The absorbance of each chlorophyll was taken out at two wavelengths, which were 645 nanometer and 663 nanometer. The result was again to tell us that Cinedesmus, the one which produced the most oxygen bubbles, gave the most chlorophyll. Then the second was chlorella and then spirulina. The conclusion of these two experiments is that even though Cinedesmus and chlorella provided much more oxygen bubbles, our microbe of choice is spirulina. This is because it is widely found in India and it is more suitable for our climatic conditions as we are a subtropical country, and this biomass can also be eaten as a rich source of protein.
Indoor environment often contains higher concentration of greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide, volatile organic compounds, and particulate matter. Poor ventilation in these areas also causes more pollution. And usually in urban areas where we spend 80 to 90% of our time in our home, where there is no space for the green area.
In response to these challenges, we have come with the project Liquid Trees.
Liquid trees is a photobioreactor which requires minimal spaces to place and also requires minimal cleaning, which can be cleaned after 3 to 4 months in the home, and it uses artificial or natural sunlight for oxygen production. Moreover, it uses spirulina, which is used as edible material for human beings and fishes. Human beings you can use it as supplements, and it is rich in proteins, amino acid. Moreover, spirulina is also used to reduce carbon dioxide and greenhouse gases and produce 10 times more oxygen than the original tree. And it is used in more confined spaces where people cannot grow normal trees. Thank you.